It's really boring. I just wanted to give you guys like a fucking update on Orban before we started on who he is. 3-time champion of Hungary, okay? He is a fucking white nationalist. He's crazy. Conservatives love him. Tucker Carlson literally did like a documentary on his life. He's a part of that like international fascist coalition. Okay? And he's at CPAC.
We can give to our children and
most recently, he talked about how race mixing is bad, by the way. He basically said race mixing is a problem. Oh, that's a COVID cough.
Let's move on family policy, which is the heart of our politics. Progressives claim all over the world that families should not be protected. In Europe, they say there is no such thing as family, because love is love and family is family. If you cannot define family, nothing is a family.
Add subtitles, I'm deaf. I mean, it kind of is once you consider how bad genetic diversity is for you. Are you okay, man? Are you serious? Forget to put a fucking /S on here.
We know that family is the place to transfer the values of parents to the next generation. If traditional families are gone, there is nothing that can save the West from going under. Therefore, last year in Hungary, we spent more than 6% of our GDP on family policy. All subsidies are already available to families following conception. Families automatically get tax breaks.
Wait, what the fuck?
The state takes over your student loans after your third
Bro,
child.
does he know where he's at right now? Why is he talking about this?
From paying personal income tax.
Republicans are not going to like that, dude.
After the birth of their fourth child.
Republicans are be like, wait a minute.
To extend the same zero tax policy for mothers with...
I guess they're talking about it as like tax breaks, right? So, they're not talking about it like subsidies.
If you are not married yet, you should immediately find a Hungarian wife. In the last 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, the last 10 years, the number of marriages has doubled and the number of abortions has halved in Hungary. It's not a bad start.
But what do you mean, give money to families? What the fuck?
Dear friends,
that's called welfare queens.
In Hungary, we had to build not just a physical wall on our borders and the financial wall around our families, but a legal wall around our children to protect them from the gender ideology that targets them. Let's be clear, they think that parents should follow the progressive way of parenting. If they refuse to do so, they should be forced by the state. We Hungarians know this old communist trick and we reject it. Hungarian people rejected sexual orientation programs in schools without parental consent at a referendum again. Never before has there been a referendum in the long history of Hungary where such a huge majority of
without parental consent
no gender or anything. Now the Hungarian constitution protects families and children. Let me quote a few sentences from our Hungarian fundamental law. Our constitution reads, "The family and the nation constitute the principal framework of our coexistence. Hungarian state institutions are obliged to protect the Christian culture of Hungary. Hungary shall protect the institution of marriage as the union of one man and one woman. Family ties shall be based on marriage or the relationship between parents and children. To sum up, the mother is a woman, the father is a man, and leave our kids alone. Full stop, end of discussion.
Oh my God, look at that crowd, baby. That's right. Oink, oink, motherfuckers. Oh my God. They're giving him a standing ovation. I'm getting up from my mobility scooter, Bertha. Hold me. I need to tell this hungry man I'm hungry for more of his takes.
Without compromise. We decided we don't need more genders, we need more rangers. Less drag queens and more Chuck Norris. We believe there is no freedom without order. If there is no order, you get chaos. In Hungary, law enforcement agencies are not people's enemy. They are the guardians of freedom. Therefore, law should not protect criminals, but protect the victims and those who
I don't get it. Like, what's up? Should conservatives just... I think conservatives should fuck right off and move to Hungary then. Like, I'm an advocate for that. I don't know about you guys, but like, if they love Hungary so much, why don't you fucking marry it, dude?
The safest country in Europe.
Go live there then. That's great.
Actually, Budapest is among the very few European capitals.
Seems like a great place, dude. Just go live there. Sorry, Hungarians. A bunch of fucking, a bunch of our fat hogs are coming over there
Funds to the police.
until they realize that the Chili's is not open. You know what I mean? There's no jalapeno poppers, and then they desperately try to come back into America.
Of higher taxes. We believe that people should have their money in their own hands. To this end, we introduced a flat tax on personal income, which is currently 15%. In just 10 years' time, we reduced the tax wedge by 10%, which was the biggest tax cut in Europe. We have the lowest corporate income tax in Europe, which is flat, 9%. With this low corporate income tax last year, we had a 27% investment rate, which was among the best in Europe. Just recently, we came under fire again when we went again.
Yeah, someone should ask what the VAT's at then. Yeah, European countries oftentimes hit the VAT pretty hard. I don't know why he's saying like corporate taxes are super low.
Hungary is the last man standing. But the empire always strikes back. The current US administration decided to terminate the tax treaty between Hungary and the United States, which was probably the best tax deal ever negotiated. It was good for US investors.
Dog, Hungarian VAT is at fucking 27%.
I think it was
That's their standard VAT
of the left.
Okay?
Because the US Treasury...
These motherfuckers out here being like, oh, we take down the corporate tax rate. It's like, okay, well, that's not your main fucking funding mechanism anyway. Shut the fuck up.
Anymore. Funny, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we need to talk about the war. The war.
All the Amerifats saying, what the fuck is a VAT? VAT is a value-added tax, okay? Same with Turkey, same with a lot of European countries. There's a lot of fucking value-added taxes, the tax you get hit with. It's a sales tax.
Currently, more than 10,000 refugees every day. The majority of these refugees ventures further into Europe, but 1 million people entering a country of 10 million is a lot. In my view, the globalist leader strategy escalates and prolongs war and decreases the chance of peace. Without American-Russian talks, there will never be peace in Ukraine. More and more people will die and suffer, and our economies will come to the brink of collapse. I cannot tell you
God
what
damn
to
it.
do. It's your sovereign decision. I can, however, tell you one thing. Only strong leaders are able to make peace. We in the neighborhood of Ukraine are desperately in need of strong leaders.
He didn't get a lot of claps for that one. Because even in a fucking conservative, even at the CPAC conference, when you're surrounded by a horde of conservatives, the moment that you talk about Russia as like an actor involved and not immediately a foreign adversary, that's the moment that people are going to be like, I don't know about that one. Okay, you're looking kind of brown to me, brother.
So before Matchlap takes my microphone away, let's come to a conclusion. The world has several great nations, but none with the power and influence of the United States.
Guys, I've never seen Gru or Minions or Despicable Me memes and shit, so I don't know. Stop saying that this guy is exactly like Gru, okay? I don't know. I don't know what that means.
The future of the West is in grave doubt. We in the West have not faced a crisis like this for a long time. The ideological wars of the 20th century against the totalitarian powers of Nazi Germany and Soviet Union were terrible. But democratic West rallied and defeated them both. Now the West is at war with itself. We have seen what kind of future the globalist ruling class has to offer. But we have a different future in mind. The globalists can all go to hell. I have come to Texas.
Bro, what do you mean the globalists can go to hell? You're the Hungarian... Bro, what is so funny about this is that he's the Hungarian leader in America urging Americans to talk to the Russian leader about the war in Ukraine, and then immediately after goes, the globalists can go to hell. Just say Jews, man. Just say fucking Jews. We know what you mean. You ran on it. We know what you mean when you say global. You're a fucking globalist, idiot. You're doing globalism. We know what you're talking about when you say the globalist. What do you mean? You are engaging in a globalist act right now. Why the fuck should any of these diabetic, geriatric, mobility scooter riding motherfuckers care about what the fucking Hungarian leader has to say?
Year, then presidential and congressional elections in 24. And we will have election in the European Parliament same year. These two locations will define the two fronts in the battle being fought for Western civilization. Today we hold neither of them, yet we need both. You have 2 years to get ready. I have to tell, it won't be easy, but don't be afraid. Just believe in Saint John Paul's, the Polish Pope's teaching. There is no enemy that Christ has not already defeated. So let's go out and do it. God bless Texas. God bless our friendship. Good luck and goodbye.
Also, this anti-globalist leader collects more EU welfare dollars than any other country other than Poland, the other anti-globalist EU country. Bro, they are literally Poland and Hungary, and the way that they govern themselves in the most reactionary ways are identical to the way that red states govern themselves. Do you get it? Do you understand? That's exactly the same. It's like red states being like, I hate federalism. Meanwhile, like they literally cannot survive without federal government. Without the federal government giving them tax dollars that they're getting from, like, you know, fucking California and shit. Yeah, it's Europe's Mississippi and Europe's Alabama coming in to Texas or wherever to Dallas to talk about how great it is to be Europe's Alabama.